Happy, healthy, and delicious New Year from the big, beautiful Bella Sanlucci kitchen. I'm Chef Richie. We're here to cook this month's honorable mention recipe submitted by David Coziahr, and it's bagels. It's gonna be really fun, and now let's get cooking. Coming over to the mixing bowl, we're gonna get our first 4 ingredients in. Always when I'm making a bread, and bagel is a bread, I pour the water in first, and then the yeast, the active dry yeast. And I'm gonna mix that up a little bit for a second to sort of wake them up. Then I'm gonna add my tablespoon of honey so that the yeast, after they wake up, can have a little breakfast. The honey activates the yeast, and that will help the bagels rise as the dough proofs. A half a cup of flour. There are a lot of steps to this recipe. We're going to mix this together so that it comes together. See that? Like a dough, but really more like biga. A biga or a poolish is the very soft, wet beginning of a dough. While this rests for 10 minutes, we're gonna get our next wet ingredients together. The next step in getting this dough together is more wet ingredients that are gonna go into the bowl. There's an egg, which I'll actually beat a little bit at first. So here comes the tablespoon of oil. And then let's add a half a cup of water. Let's beat that together. We're gonna walk over to our proofing bowl, put a tablespoon of our Bella Sanlucci olive oil in here to prep our proofing bowl. We're gonna add our egg mixture now to the beginning of the dough. And now I'm gonna add 2 cups of flour, slowly, okay? And I'm gonna turn it on to low. We're gonna go for 2 minutes, and I'm gonna add the next ingredients, which are dry basil, kosher salt, and our chopped sun-dried tomatoes. I'm gonna add the remaining flour, a couple cups. I'm gonna turn it back on low. And now we're looking fully incorporated. We're gonna turn it to medium speed for another 10 minutes. Okay, we have a nice dough ball. We're gonna turn it off. Get our dough ball off the hook and out of the bowl. And now let's get this into our proofing bowl with the olive oil. I'll leave it on the bottom, the olive oil, and let the bread, this dough, come up nicely. We're gonna cover it with a towel, and we're gonna let it proof until it rises up and we can punch it down. This part of the process takes about an hour. Here's the unveil. Let's punch it down, literally. So boom, and we're gonna let it soften down, and then it'll rise up again. We're gonna give it about 10 more minutes. We'll get it a little floured, and then we're gonna cut it into 6 equal pieces. Roll them into balls, which you can do in your hands and or on the board. So we're gonna make a thumb imprint into each one, and then we're gonna shape them by hand to get them a little bit wider. And we're going to put them onto the pan, equidistant, to again rest for 30 minutes. We're going to cover again for 30 minutes, and then we'll be ready to boil and bake. We're now gonna boil our water with molasses. Let's get this in the pan, and the molasses. Looks like it's coming out of the measuring cup slower than molasses. Let's turn it to high. The recipe says drop them in top down, 3 at a time. I'm moving them around a little bit so they can get equal time in the boiling water. We're gonna flip them. 1, 2, 3. And give them 30 seconds more. I'm imagining the molasses water will give them a little color, maybe a touch of sweetness. Nice full boil. And now Chef David Coziahr tells us to put them into the preheated 400 now degree oven for 20 minutes, but we're gonna rotate the pan every 5 minutes. The heating element in the oven will get hotter toward the back. Okay, Felice Anno Nuovo. Chef David Coziahr's bagels are ready. They look toasty and beautiful, and we want to let you know that they're supposed to rest for about an hour, but I'm gonna cheat, and after about 20 or 25 minutes, I'm gonna try one warm with some cream cheese. Please send in your recipes to bellasanluci.com for our contest using our sun-dried tomatoes, and happy cooking, everybody.